Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's a little different today. We are not at our local bowling alley. We are at our office, at our desk, and we have a cool bowling background behind us. Yeah, thought I'd make it different today. Like I said, guys, I really want to test out different types of YouTube videos to record. I mean, I don't always want to be at the alley. I mean, I do want to be at the alley, but I don't always want to record myself being at the alley. I do want to mix it up with like making content here at my desk. It's also a little easier for me to record and edit. I want to mix it up. I don't want it mainly just to be like my bowling journey. I have a lot of different ideas that I want for the future, but it's gonna take time to get there. But as for the title of the video, yes, we are ranking every single ball that I currently own. I'm just gonna be giving you guys my personal experience, so I'm gonna rank these based off of my own experience, not necessarily like for you guys if you guys are new or intermediate or you're looking to get different bowling balls. So I will give like two different opinions, but I'll rank them based off of my own personal bias. So we're gonna get straight into it. Brunswick Twist, man, this was my first ever bowling ball. I think I bought this like four and a half months ago. My first ball. It's a beginner ball, so I do recommend it for beginners. It's nothing crazy. It is, you know, in the realm of bowling, it is like a very late game ball. Like once the lanes are super toast, they're burnt, you just need something to like not flip super early on you. This is kind of the ball to go to, but it's a beginner ball too. But yeah, this ball, I mean, I had good memories with this ball in the very beginning because I was trying to learn how to bowl. But I mean, as to where I'm at now, I'd pass on this ball. Terrible ball. Like I said, really good, very late game ball. It's not drilled for me. I don't really have the need to plug it. I'd only ever use it for a video. It's a hard pass. I genuinely don't like this ball at all. But if you're a beginner or you need like a super late game ball, go ahead and get it. All right, the next ball we have here is the 900 Global Zen Gold Label. This was my second ever ball. One of my buddies that got me into bowling, shout out Tom. Who was calling me? Man, the amount of spam calls that I get is nuts. Anyways, yeah, my buddy Tom, shout out Tom, got me into bowling, recommended me this ball, and really good ball. I didn't explain the RG or the diff on the last ball, but Gold Label has a 2.49 RG and a 0.51 differential, which if we look at our notes, it pretty much means that it has a lower RG, so it's going to read the mid lane a little earlier. So it means it's going to flare a lot more, so it's going to read the mid lane, but it is going to hook a little more than, you know, some of your weaker balls. This is a burn ball. This is a step above the twist. So once like the lane starting to get a little burnt, you need something just to kind of get out there, not overreact, but you also still need it to kind of get down. This is going to be your ball to go to. Had some good memories with this ball. I think the highest I've scored with it was like 230, 240. That was when I was terrible at bowling. I'm not saying I'm good now, but really good ball. This is discontinued, by the way. Honestly, as a beginner ball, I mean, it's not even really a beginner ball. It's not a bad transition ball. I would say if you can get your hands on this, I'd recommend it. I had some good memories with this ball. Pretty easy to read, and yeah, I had some good games with this. I'd recommend if you can get your hands on it. All right, here's another discontinued ball. But we have the Storm Journey. Same buddy Tom. He sold us this ball super cheap, like 70-80 bucks. And yeah, this is a Bemo ball. Just smell. I think it's like what, kiwi cantaloupe. Yeah, good ball. Very similar to my Gold Label. If you look at the RG, and the diff has a 2.52 RG, so it's gonna it's pretty balanced. It's not too strong. It's not gonna store energy super long. It is gonna read the mid semi-mid lane a little earlier. It does have a higher differential as well, so it is gonna have a lot of flare potential. So very similar. The Gold Label and the Journey are very similar, which, you know, when I was first building my arsenal, I didn't know anything about balls until more recently. I'm still learning, but I was kind of getting balls that were very similar. The twist, the Gold Label, and the Journey are kind of like in the same realm. More fun with this ball than the Gold Label. Again, if you can get your hands on this, it is discontinued. It is a Belmo ball, so I recommend it. You know what? Because of the price I paid for it, it was worth every penny. It was a good ball. I don't know where it fits in my bag right now because I have a lot of balls and I have more incoming. Pause. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what works for me. So I might revisit some of these older balls like the Gold Label and the Journey just to see how they fit for me. But yeah. Anyways, we're moving on. All right, guys, on the screen we have the One Ovation. Now, at the time that I bought this ball, again, I got trigger happy in the very beginning. I think I bought like 5 or 6 balls my first month and a half of bowling. I spent a lot of money. I honestly probably spent more than $1,000 on like bowling balls and like equipment and everything, which is wild. I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, the one ovation was one of those balls where like I bought with zero purpose. I just saw a YouTube video and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. I knew nothing about balls. And at the time, when I realized I bought it with no purpose, I gave it some love, but I didn't really use it too much. It wasn't until recently I used it for a video, because I'm doing a series on TikTok and Instagram where it's like trying to score 180 with every ball that I have, and this was one of the balls that I did. And I did get the 180, but I'm like, you know what, like this ball doesn't feel too bad. And I realized it was a hybrid, and it's the only hybrid I have in my entire arsenal. I took some time with it, learned it, and I played a couple games with it, and I shot 259. I damn near shot a perfect game with this ball, and I'm like, oh snap, this is a really good ball. So this is our only hybrid ball. It has a RG of 2.46, which means it's gonna read the mid lane a little sooner, and then it does have a diff of 0.56, so it is gonna have, like, you know, that high flare. But in my experience on a house shot, the high flare for me, I feel like it gives you a lot of miss room. I've played it mid lane, I've played it, you know, out to the dry, and it'll find the pocket on the right condition. And so honestly, based on where I'm at right now, I'd honestly say it was worth every penny. But if you guys have the chance and you guys want like a good decent ball, I get this. This is like a early second game, maybe third game kind of ball. For, you know, it's kind of like transition. I'd recommend it. Worth every penny. All right, guys, on the screen we have our only hammer ball, the Black Widow 3.0 Dynasty. I was really excited when I first got this ball. All I knew was that I needed a strong ball, and I needed a first game ball. When I was trying to do some research, and ChatGPT kind of brought me to this ball. Kind of wish I didn't listen to ChatGPT at this point. You know, I wish I would have gone with something different with my knowledge now. This is gonna be your big ASIM solid. It's a lot of ball, 2.5 RG. So this is gonna have a balanced reaction, but it does have a 0.58 diff, which is the highest that we have so far. So a lot of flare. It's a lot of flare with this ball. So depending on the condition, you can either go Brooklyn a lot or you're gonna hit right. And I haven't given this ball too much love yet, just because I have another ball in replace for it. But this is a lot of ball. I definitely see myself on most house shots. I gotta play like 27 to 30 on the first game, even at league. And so it's really hard because I've definitely left like a lot of splits, a lot of Brooklyn. It's kind of really hard for me to find the pocket on this ball as I'm still learning my form and everything. Honestly, I'd say this is situational. I'd say if it's like you're on a pattern that has a lot of oil and need something to carry down and then snap at the very end, I would use this ball 100%. Like, I technically could use this ball on my Thursday league. I might bring it today. I'm not sure. Maybe not. I'm not sure yet. But yeah. Most people, it's a bit overkill. Just like the Zero Mercy lines. I really want to get a Zero Mercy Solid, Zero Mercy Pro, but it's too much ball. Too much ball for most conditions. So you wouldn't really need to use this ball in most places. So I'd say situational. So yeah, moving on. All right, probably one of, if not the most important ball out of your bag, we have our plastic, or in like some people's cases urethane like ball, but plastic. Yeah, you need a spare ball. What is a spare ball? A spare ball is pretty much a ball that doesn't have a core. It's plastic. It's meant to go straight. Yeah, it might have the tiniest hook if the lanes are completely dry or super burnt, but it's meant to go straight. It's meant to pick up spares, 7 pins, 10 pins, anything that's outside of your strike zone. And it's crazy that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It took 6 balls for me to get a freaking spare ball. That was when I literally spent all my money and I had no money to get a spare ball, and I finally got one. But yeah. Honestly, spare ball, you don't need to spend a lot of money. I think this ball was like 75 bucks or 80 bucks. Yeah, 80 bucks on Blowsmart. I think I actually paid 80 bucks also in my pro shop. Don't spend too much money on a spare ball. I know there's like the Belmo balls. I know there's like really bougie balls that look super nice and it's like 150, 200 bucks. Don't, mainly also because plastic balls are meant to, you know, they're a little more fragile, so they will break a lot easier. I had my buddy Tom, he had the Belmo spare ball, and he hit a pin on the right gutter and it shattered. There goes 200 bucks. 80 bucks, this, a T-zone or something. Just get something cheap. But instant buy is gonna go up there. You have to. Spare ball is 100% needed. If you don't have a spare ball, get it. Don't waste your money on anything else. So yeah. All right, guys, we have one of the GOATs. I can't personally call it the GOAT yet, but we have the Phase 2. I think this was released in 2016. This is a solid. This is gonna be your symmetrical solid. It has a 2.48 RG, which means it's going to read the mid lane a little sooner, which is a good thing. It does have a 0.51 differential, so it is going to have a lot of flare, but not as much as something like our Journey, Gold Label, the Widow. So it's a little more controllable. The reason why it's not one of my go-tos yet is because I haven't spent too much time with it, because I was learning a lot about balls, and when the ball I'm going to talk about after this, is my benchmark ball, and I've been told that the phase 2 is your benchmark ball. But after learning a lot about balls, I didn't realize the different categories. So my benchmark ball is my ASIM solid, and then the phase 2 is a sim solid, and they do two different things. And I've noticed that, like, my buddy Tom or other people, they actually use their phase 2 not as a benchmark, but they actually use it as a transition ball. And I'm learning all these different terminologies and all these different use cases, so this is allowing me to build my arsenal a lot better now. And so my benchmark ball, I use it first game, but my phase 2, I'm like, you know what, I could bring it with me and I could use it as a transition ball. So I definitely want to spend more time with this ball. I think it's the only ball out of my bag that's 14 pounds, but I've still had some good games with it, honestly. Really good ball. I think the price online, 165. Honestly, what I recommend, guys, if you can go to Facebook Marketplace, go. You're gonna get used balls. You got to plug them and drill them, but you will save money. I got my phase 2 for 50 bucks. The guy that sold it in my area, he only played like 10 games. He just didn't want it. It didn't fit his bag, and I got 50 bucks. Plugged it, drilled it, like another like 50 bucks. So I paid 100 bucks for this ball, which is crazy. So I need to spend some more time with this ball. I might bring it tonight actually to League. We'll see. But yeah, honestly, I'd say it was worth every penny. I won't put instant buy now because I haven't spent enough time with it. Worth every penny. Even if you pay the 165, I recommend it. Phase 2, it's a goated ball for a reason, and there's a reason why it's still being sold to this day. So yeah, moving on, and my favorite ball is coming up. All right, guys, my best ball and favorite ball out the bag, and out of everything that I've owned, we have the Ion Pro Solid. Most of my balls are Storm. 900 Global and Roto Grip Storm, they're all Storm. But anyways, yeah, best ball off the bag. Shout out my boy Ray. This is when I got my PAP, and he recommended me this ball. He knew I needed a benchmark ball, and I've had almost three perfect games with it. 275, 269, and 262, something like that. And yeah, best ball at the back. Honestly, on most conditions, especially house, this ball gives me a lot of misroom. I have like a 10 board misroom with this ball if I throw it correctly and I hit my line. Yeah, I love this ball. There's not really much for me to say. This instant buy, if you guys are looking for a benchmark ball or something ASIM solid, this isn't the strongest. This ain't gonna be your big ASIM solid, which is okay, because something like the Widow 3.0, it's too much ball. So honestly, Ion Pro Solid, goated ball. The price 170. I paid full price, but yeah, I highly recommend this ball if you can get your hands on it. Really good benchmark ball. Me personally, have a better connection with this than the phase 2 solid. So yeah, moving on. All right, we have a ball that's very niche. This ball was actually given to me by one of my followers. Shout out all the people on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all are great. But Roto Grip Rubicon UC3. So this is a Storm ball still. This is kind of a niche ball. I still don't know much about different balls and stuff like that, but this is a urethane like ball, but it has a it's like a urethane pearl cover stock. So it acts like a urethane, but most urethanes, like a purple hammer, you're just gonna play 10, you're gonna throw straights and hit the pocket. I can kind of play like 10, but it still has like that pearl kind of finish. So I can play mid lane sometimes. Sometimes playing super right, it'll hook. It still has a good amount of hook. And so I play this ball. I've done decent in League. It's very like, I don't know, with how this is specifically, it's very bad in a short pattern. Very, very bad on a short pattern. You actually want a decent amount of oil. But yeah, it's earlier, it's smoother. I think the RG is 2.49, so it is gonna have a bit more mid lane reaction. 0.52 diff, so it does still have the high flare potential, which is why I say I can't always play right with it. Yeah, it's an interesting ball. Something I don't think I'd ever really use unless it's like some kind of pattern. So I'd say it's situational. I don't have too much time on this ball. Grateful that someone gave it to me, and I'm gonna if I ever need a urethane, I have that ball. So not a bad ball. All right, here we have another discontinued ball. We have the Storm Honey Badger Intensity. Shout out my boy Kevin on my Tuesday Night League. He actually gave me this ball, a gift from him. Thank you so much. This is honestly, this is a pretty good ball. This is another ASIM solid. This will be in replacement for my Allen Pro Solid, which I can't right now. I had some good games with this though. This is actually one of my very few 16-pound balls. It is a lot of ball. It has a 0.48 diff, so it is gonna read, or sorry, 2.54 RG. So it is actually gonna store energy a little longer. It's gonna get down the lane, and once it catches friction, boom, it's gonna cut in. And then it does have a 0.48 differential, which means we're not gonna have the craziest flare. So it is still pretty controllable, but it is close to that high flare mark. Yeah, it's an interesting ball. It's 16 pounds, so I get a lot of pin action with it. I need to spend some more time with it. I just don't know if I can really replace it with my Ion Pro Solid right now. But yeah, this ball, good. I've used it at league. I've done good with it. I've shot 200 with it in league, and so honestly, if you can get your hands on it, it is discontinued. I recommend it. It's not a bad ball. It's a pretty decent ball. It's nothing crazy. So yeah, moving on. Shout out my boy Jesus. Same Tuesday Night League. He gave me this 900 Global OG Zen. I don't know why this is so glazed. I'm not like a nerd like that yet. It has a 0.51 diff, which means that it is gonna have a lot of flare. I do like playing this ball mid lane a lot, and I think I throw this ball fast, a little too fast, so it doesn't really catch friction. I haven't really seen that like big flare yet. But same thing, this is another 16-pound ball. It's really good. It's in my bag right now. I throw both in my Tuesday and Thursday Night League. So honestly, again, if you can get your hands on this, great. I didn't pay for this, so I can't say it's worth every penny, but I would recommend it. It's a good ball. It's a good Sim Pro. The only other ball that I can think of that's a Sim Pro is like something like a Typhoon or like a IQ Tor Ruby. Yeah, good ball. So nothing else to say much about that. So moving on. All right, we have another discontinued ball. It's crazy I'm getting all these different balls, and you know, for the future I do want to build my collection, because you know, a lot of people focus on doing reviews of like all these newer balls, and they forget about the balls that are not even just discontinued, just balls that just are a little older, like a year older, 2 years older, and people forget about them. And you know, it's like, dude, like there's a lot of good balls out there. You don't have to get the newest things. You're gonna spend a lot of money. You can, the moment that new balls come out, these older balls, you know, become like a lot, they go for a lot less. But we had the luck to go through. Shout out my boy Ed. He gave us this OG identity. You know, I'm so not much into balls, but I guess like only 20,000 came out when this ball came out. This is a Belmo ball, and yeah, it's nuts. It's a really good ball. It's gonna be your big ASIM Pearl, and now that I know when to use it and what to use it for, this is a really good ball. Even though I didn't pay anything, I'm gonna say it's worth every penny. It's a good ball. If you can get your hands on this, I mean, they do have the identity, but it's just like the remade one. I highly recommend this ball. The fact that it normally goes for 280, and that's probably what they'll sell at the pro shops, it's crazy. It's a good deal. Get this ball if you can. All right, let's move on to the last ball. All right, guys, this is the last ball of the video. I can't give a super objective review or subjective review because I haven't drilled this ball yet. So same guy, shout out my boy Ed. He gave us this 900 Global Cruise GPT. You know, he's one of my followers. I met him at the alley, watches my videos, and we kind of practicing. We have been practicing with each other for a couple times now, and he has a bunch of crazy balls. This guy might have the craziest collection I've seen. This guy has balls from like overseas and crazy. And yeah, he let me throw this ball. It's drilled for him, so it wasn't drilled for me, but it's a really good ball. This discontinued, and it's also an overseas ball. Great ball. I need to get it drilled so I can do a video about it. But for how I threw it with his drill, the fact that I threw it with a 3-finger drill, two-handed, it did really good. It's a good ball. It's a transition ball when the lanes are kind of getting burnt. It's kind of the ball that you want to go to, if it works. And I'm excited to use this ball. So I'm gonna say I would recommend it for the sole purpose that I've used it, even though it's not drilled for me. If you can get your hands on this, like a lot of these balls, I don't know how you're gonna get your hands on them. You gotta just eBay, or you guys gotta know someone. But yeah, But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. At the time of recording, 35 minutes. I'm hoping it's not a super long video. I'm trying to cut it up as much as I can. But yeah, I want to do something different for you guys. I think this is cool. My collection is gonna build, and my tier list ranking is gonna change as I use these balls more and get more comfortable with them and my game and getting better with my form and everything. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this kind of video, please like, comment, subscribe, and please give me your honest advice and feedback in the comment section, because I am trying to give you guys the best content I can with the limited time that I have. And yeah, I want to do stuff like this more often, where I'm switching between being at the alley and also being here in my office, and, you know, being in front of a camera. I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please, again, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.